Reduce with prime factorization. A reduced fraction occurs when the numerator, so the top number, or the denominator, bottom number, do not share a common factor. So in order to reduce our fractions, we need to find the prime factorization and divide out the common factors. So let's go ahead and look at the first example. So we're going to write 4 to 12 as a reduced fraction. So we're going to find the prime factorization of both. I'm going to use a factor tree. Well, 4 can just go 2 and 2, and that would be, right, the prime factorization for that. 12 is 2 times 2 times 3. So if we have, right, 4 out of 12, which can be broken down into its prime factorization, what we do is we divide out the common factors, or we can just go ahead and just cancel them out like this. So when we have, right, 2 over 2, that's just equal to 1, right? And so what happens here is on the top we just have 1, and then this just becomes 1. And so we have 1 on the top, and then 1 times 3, 1 times 1 times 3 is just 3. So a reduced fraction is just 1/3, right? So we just took out a whole 4 out of the top and bottom. So we just divided the top by 4 and divided the bottom by 4. And we got 1/3. So let's go ahead and look at the next example. Example 2. Tristan applied medicated cream on his eczema and had relief from his eczema for 40 days, even though he only applied the cream for 32 days. So let's represent 40 over 32 as a reduced fraction. So we're going to go ahead and break this down. So 40 over 32 is represented by the prime factorization on both the bottom and top as. And on the bottom, we just have 5 2's. And so what do? Well, we just cancel out, right, the common factors, right? We're going to divide them out. So 2 divided by 2 is just equal to 1, right? And 2 here, we can cancel those out. And we have another 2 and a 2 here, and we cancel those out. So all of that just becomes 1, right? And so we're left with 1 times 5 on the top, so that's 5. And then on the bottom, we have 1 times 2, so that's 2. 2 times 2 is 4. So we have 5/4 as a reduced fraction. Now let's go ahead and look at the last example. So example 3. A research study determined 84 out of the 126 children who participated in the study have a food allergy linked to their eczema. So determine the fraction of children who have a food allergy related to eczema. So we're going to write your answer as reduced fraction. So we have 84 out of 126. Well, 84 can be broken down into, we have 2, and then 42, right? And then 42 can be broken down into 2 and 21. 21 can be broken down into 3 and 7. So those are the prime factorization because those are all prime numbers. We can't break that down any further. 126 can be 2 and 63. 63 can be divided by 3, right? Because this is divisible by 3, so we know we can do 3 out of it. And that would be 20, right? 3 can go into 6 2 times, and then 3 1 times, right? And you can always go back and do it on the side if you need to do that. And then 21, right? 3 and 7. So 84 out of 126 can be rewritten as, right, the prime factorization for both. And then we're just going to go ahead and cancel out the common factors, right? Or divide them out. So 2 and 2, right? 2 divided by 2, that's just equal to 1. Then we have a 3 and a 3 here, so that's just 1. And we have a 7 here and a 7 here, so that's just 1. So what are we left with? For at least on the top, we have 1 times 2, so that's 2, times 1 times 1, so that's just 2. Now on the bottom we have, right, 1 times 1, so that's 1, times 3 is 3, times another 1 is 3. So 2/3 is our final reduced answer.